Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, happy, happy, happy. Woohoo, we're ending 2015. Yeah, it's 15. It went so fast. I can't believe it. And part of my 2015 that I'm so grateful for is healer Jimmy Mack. Hey, Hey,
Hey.
Jimmy!
How are you? I love your hat. At least you have flair.
I know! He's got me all discombobulated because we're going to talk about so many things that we're going to pack in here. I can't even say his name right. I'm doing the Latin accent, Himmy.
Hime. Jaime. Jaime in
Himmy.
Spanish.
So, you guys, we're going to start off with something really kind of fun. We're going to do a healing, and then Jimmy's going to talk about some moon stuff. Now, Jimmy's helped me with some major stuff in my life. I had a major breakthrough. It's private, so I'm not going to go into it, but something that I didn't think I could shift. And he did his like magic, 60 seconds, 30 seconds, and everything changed. So, I put all my hands, I put my whole body into Jimmy's hands. All right. So we're going to talk about something that a lot of women go through. And he's like, "Are you sure you want to do this on the air?" And I'm like, why not? If anybody knows me, they already know my issue. Okay. You know how when you go to an event, like a basketball game or something, the women's bathroom is like, lined up 100 deep, and then the men are just sliding in and out.
Boom,
A
boom.
lot of us women, we have to pee a lot, right? And I probably go 20 times a day. I'll get up at night 3 times. I'll go somewhere, get in the car, get to the destination. I'm like looking for the bathroom. So this has been going on my whole life. I have a little theory. It started when I was a kid, and I was about 10, and I had a girlfriend, Denise, that lived down the street, and Denise had to pee every 3 minutes, and I was
Oh,
hanging out with her, and then I started to do it, and I don't know, and it's never stopped. So
wow. Well, we'll probably go back and yank that too, I think. So,
yeah, so yank that out.
yeah.
So anyway, what do you suggest? What's going
Well,
on?
let's jump in with the pendulum,
Okay.
and let's just go ahead and do. I'm going to go really fast. I'm going to do clear yes, clear no, for yes. So show her yes when they all come in, and so whatever your yes is will come into
Look, the
yes.
pendulum's going to yes.
I love it. Okay, boom. So we're gonna go that fast. Okay, awesome. So yeah, full moon coming up. I think it's like something like 38 years since it's been a full moon on Christmas Day.
Oh my
And it's a cold moon. It's winter solstice. There's a lot going on. So of course everybody's blowing up my phone, my text, my email, my Skype, my whatever, and fix it, Jimmy, fix it, and that's okay. But it's like, the biggest thing I tell everybody is just be more patient and gentle with yourself, because it's that way for everybody. My mentor and friend used to say, he would say, "Oh, Marla, you're unique, you're special, you're wonderful, just like everybody else."
God.
We're all going through it. And I had a great acupuncturist friend, and she would always say, during these winter months, it's the furthest the sun is away from the earth. So we do kind of have that chill, even if the weather's not chilly. And you do want to kind of sit there on the couch and eat chicken soup and watch back-to-back movies or binge TV or, Bravo or whatever it is that you like, shows, series, whatever, and be okay with that. So, be much more patient, gentle with yourself. So the other joke I would say of all that is my oldest son now, God love him, he'll be embarrassed when I say all this, but he won't care, he'll laugh. Um, he is a helicopter pilot for Black Ops. So how do you get more manly than that, right? The officer helicopter pilot, and he flies with the SEAL teams and all that. And then when he was young, he could have been maybe 4 or 5 years old, and we looked for him all over the house. We couldn't find him anywhere. He was hiding in the curtains in the living room. And he was crying. He said, "What's going on, buddy?" He said, "It's just all the stress of Christmas and the presents and everything." It's like, at 4 or 5 years old, Christmas tree, ridiculous, and you couldn't come close to the Christmas tree because of the 5-foot diameter of presents piled around it. So you had to have heard that from an adult,
Right.
basically taking all that on. So the one thing I want to do for everybody, it doesn't matter if you celebrate Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or, whatever it may be. Let's take the stress and the tension, the drama, chaos, and all that out of Christmas for everybody. So you're going to see on your pendulum that's going to test yes. And we're going to delete all that out to no. We're going to make it for everybody that listens to this or sees this, and we're going to release it all off of them now. And it'll go to no when it changes for you.
Yes, it was at yes, and now it went to no.
It's your no. Okay. And I don't even know what your yes or no is, and that's okay too. So awesome. So that's going to help out a lot. And so just be patient with yourself during this holiday season, definitely. Now, as far as your urine thing goes, and women and both. I mean, some people, men might have that. Again, prostate issues. Oh my God, right? As they age, it's like getting up 10 times a night. Forget about your 3, right? They'd be pushing you out of the way. So
yes.
to beat you to the bathroom kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Good thing we have 2 bathrooms.
Right?
Good thing we have 2 bathrooms.
Weakness. You show up as weakness in bladder, so let's go to that. I don't get that it's bacterial. It tests as a virus right now. Mold, fungus, mildew, yeast, candida, negative pathogen, parasites, no. So when I ask Spirit shows up, you're going to show test as viral and bladder weakness. And that's going to show you a yes. I don't even know what your yes is.
Yes, it's going to yes.
And we're going to delete all that out to no and release it, resolve it, erase it, surrender it all out now for her energetically, please. And then it'll go to no.
It's changing to no.
And I don't get that it's past life weird stuff, but it definitely was you taking on, it actually shows as you taking on wanting to be so much like your friend because you had an identity issue of you didn't know what to be like. So you thought your friend was maybe cool or somewhat idolized her, I don't know, or just thought she was cool and you wanted to be more like her because you didn't pick up on what your self-identity should be at the time. So it doesn't even matter, now, but that's what it shows as. So you're really almost picking up on that pattern just to fit in or feeling like you fit in. So that's going to show you a yes on the pendulum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. And so that's you wanting to fit in with your friend in the frequency of urination.
Yes.
And that's yes. So we're going to delete all that out to no, release her from the service to it, release her from, let's have her learn all the lessons she needs to from that. And then it'll go to no for you now.
It's at a no.
Love it. Okay. So I'll be interested to see what happens now. You also test as viral, by the way. You should have a touch of virus. So let's release that to no. Right now, test is yes. And we're going to delete it all out to no.
It's testing as yes.
And we're going to change that to no. And release it, resolve it, erase it, any words you want to use.
Yes. Erase, deleted.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yeah. There you go. So won't that be interesting? See what
happens. Is that viral
happens.
throughout my body or just in the bladder?
No, I don't get that it's throughout your body right now. If I'm talking to my attorney friend would say, be sure your caveat, Jimmy, is your legal disclaimers. You're talking to angels flying UFOs. So the angels flying UFOs said it's not throughout your body. It's just bladder. So there you go.
Thanks, angels.
Yeah.
I guess that's like 45 years of viral in there. I don't know.
Well, yeah, things like that happen, and so it's so bizarre. It's kind of like we don't know what we don't know, and if you don't, sometimes, again, my attorney friend's joke is our joke between us really is God's a lawyer, right? It's crazy. And I had a client one time out in the Midwest, and her husband's a very well-known attorney, and his joke was, Jimmy, you'd be surprised what will go away if you just ignore it. So it was funny, and I thought that was
so if we put our attention on something, it grows.
Yes, exactly right. But then you don't know what you don't know. So a lot of times it isn't the words, but I'll grab things like every word, that every area, I'll say every depth, height, and angle, and I'm still talking about your virus and bladder issue right now. So I would take it out of every area, depth, height, and angle, known and unknown. Words, known and unknown. And so now that's going to go to no, too, for you. So they'll be gone.
Yeah, it's at a no.
So we don't always have to know every little nuance. And kind of my joke, and, you've done Reiki and different things. And so it doesn't really matter. It could be, Reiki healing, shamanic things, all those things I've done, reconnected healing access consciousness can be, Ewan method, matrix energetics, theta healing. I've done all those things, and it's almost like you and I are kind of playing in the corner thinking we're doing something, and Holy Spirit and physics and all that kind of drifts in, if you will, and it's getting changed anyway. So we're over here thinking we're cooking and doing all these things, and then magically it shows up. So, and that's where you want life to be anyway. You know that. So
Exactly. Do you have any tips for the new year? I know at this point it's like here we're counting down, and for me, 2015 was pretty great, but I have some big plans for 2016, and a lot of people make these big goals. And then I remember, this was funny, a little story. I was a waitress for many years, and I remember, like, in January and February, nobody would order dessert, because everyone was on a diet, and their New Year's resolution was they're going to lose weight. And then by like mid-February, late or March, everybody's like ordering cheesecakes again. So what does Spirit have to say about New Year's goals
oh,
and
wow.
for us today?
Yeah, I would probably come at it from, even though it's a different numerical year, and I feel like it's going to be good luck for a lot of people. It really would be 2016 would be 7, 8, 9, so it's a 9-year. So I'm sure the numerologist would tell you better than me, but I think that's a really good resonant number and resonant year. Nikola Tesla said, people have any idea the power of 3, 6, and 9, and they'll be like, even the fish pills and different things that we would take, the different fats of 3, 6, 9, that's powerful. So I feel like it's going to be good. I don't want to subscribe to having to lose weight effective immediately January 1st, or putting these artificial deadlines on ourselves. So it's almost like, you want to somewhat pretend you're in the wilderness anyway, and you don't even really know what day it is. So if something's working for you, I don't want to go more radical just because January 1st flipped over on the clock,
Yeah, I think it's a lot of pressure because most people abandon them.
Yes. Well, and then we're taking on it's positionality of other people and their opinion. So all these, the Kardashian world, or, the news is so flashy about guns or this, that, or the other thing. And we're taking on that cosmic piece, if you will, or that bombardment of those things. And so I would steer clear of all that. And if things are working for you in some direction, whether it's weight loss or romance or money or anything, just stick with that. Don't think because it's January 1st I got to try this radical new thing. Go with what works. My accounting friend used to say, if you're surrounded by rattlesnakes and you try to fight them all at one time, one will bite you and you will die. So I tell everybody, basically, take all these things one little step at a time and be aware of what's showing up. So if your focus is on weight loss and different things, and I obviously have audio MP3s even for that, for ideal weight. In fact, I lost 11 pounds writing the thing. So
wow, I'll put a link, everybody, to that in the down
yeah,
below.
yeah, and so that would be helpful. Things like that, and of course, my liquid fish. When I do the method of change that I do, I call it the deepest, cheapest, simplest thing I know of. So
tell people what they can do because this is really great, because I do like to set intentions though for a new year, and how they can work with you, because you guys, if you haven't seen the previous videos explaining Jimmy, what he does and how he came to be doing his liquid fish and his magic. I'll put a link to that first video as well. But just briefly, tell us what you do, and then very reasonable price. You can do a session with him, even 15 minutes, and it'll make radical shifts.
Yeah, it's good stuff, and so we want to make it affordable for people, worldwide. I do in-person, phone, Skype. My primary focus is medical intuitive. I just have a lot of whispers in that direction on different things like we worked on today, bladder, urinary, doesn't matter what it would be. It could be bones or arthritis or who cares what. And a lot of times we'll find that it's 9 or 10 things, it's 5 steps removed. So it's kind of the Hollywood joke of Kevin Bacon, and they'll tell the Kevin Bacon story, and you end up 5 steps away.
Exactly.
That was the root of Kevin Bacon, and so it's kind of my joke about all of it, is we figure out, is it really bladder? No, it's your high school friend or your little, play school elementary friend that you wanted to be so much like that you took on how her body was functioning so you could be like her. It's got
Interesting.
nothing to do with
You know, I
bladder.
see a lot of women also, besides the bladder, I see a lot of women, friends of mine, dealing with thyroid issues. And now
Yeah,
they're
it's
on
really.
medications and things. What do you say about
So
that?
I love, without going too much into the medical piece, but I love, I've seen a lot of results with clients if they're taking Armor instead of Synthroid. So Armor is ARMOR. It is made from pigs of all things, and instead of, it's more natural though than Synthroid. I mean, just when you hear the word Synthroid, it's something that's made in the lab, it's chemical, and we hope it works out. If that's working for you, great. If you get a chance to switch to Armor, I think that's the way to go. The doctors might roll their eyes, but they will write it for you. And people have noticed huge shifts on things like that. I used my mother as an example. I begged the doctor to finally write one for her, and she was taking Armor Thyroid for even a few days. And I got up one morning, I couldn't find her anywhere. She was out sweeping off the sidewalk with a broom. I about passed out, because normally she'd be laying on the couch, just dead to the sleeping. So that's the difference that made. Indium, INDIUM XL, is a great mineral. You can find it on Amazon, actually. It's number 49 on the elemental chart. So for chemistry like copper, boron, zinc, gold, indium is an actual mineral. And that helps too. A lot of people will test for either the drops or the pills. The pills are fine too. It's not cheap. It's maybe $50, but it'll last like 3 months. So just taking that pill, a lot of people have reported better sleep, thicker hair, thicker nails, endocrine glands, everything is kind of coming
Yeah,
more
because my
into
girlfriend was losing a lot of her hair. Her hair was falling
yeah.
out. But what's this? See,
So,
I'm like very preventative, so I'm always keeping the body clean, juicing. So I don't get any of this stuff. But why are
that's
they
it.
getting it in the first place? Is what I'm wondering. Why is all this happening? Are
Oh,
they not
well, I
eating
mean,
right or what?
yeah, no, it's a fast food world now, and we're not eating like,
Not nourishing the body enough, right? The nourishment.
exactly. I guarantee your diet's way different than your girlfriend's. What
It
comes to
is.
immediately is that her diet is way different than yours. Secondly, more processed things. And thirdly, what comes to immediately intuitively would be she's got a lot more stressors than you, and that's hair falling out or pulling my hair out. Endocrine wise, if I ask thyroid, hypo, she's got hypothyroidism. If I ask, that's what comes through intuitively again. And, hair falling out, you'd find out that her endocrine system is imbalanced. Test is no. So we would just change those things energetically. And if she ate cleaner like you're doing, then, and, had
She'll
less
tease
stress.
me. She'll say, "Oh, Marla, just have a hamburger or something," because I'm vegan, But
Uh,
I think that's the only thing that I'm in perfect health, except I pee a lot. But but we're
Very,
switching that. But otherwise, I feel
yeah.
fantastic. I don't get any of these the issues that a lot of women in their
I
50s
guarantee
get.
you, she would change pee a lot with you. If she could have just pee a lot and everything else is
Let's switch it.
with you. I promise you, she'd switch it. But let's have you give up pee a lot entirely. Yeah, there you go, and then
That's
you'll be even
good.
better. Hey,
And then I'll just be too perfect. I mean, I don't think then I'll have to like ascend to heaven because I will just be too perfect, right?
there you go. Well, we'll work on it. It's a process all the way to the end. So,
All right, Jimmy, thank you for stopping
thank you.
by and happy
Thanks for
holidays,
having me.
everyone. And we'll do another one in the new year for 2016. Thank you so much. Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye.